Shut up and sit down.
Susie, this has been so frustrating for residents here in San Clemente. They say that for months they have been trying to ask the city council to do something about this. Well, tonight they did.
With summer coming, it's like the movie Jaws. We're little Amityville here, but instead of a great white shark, we've got drugs, prostitution, alcoholism.
Frustration boiled over tonight as hundreds packed the San Clemente City Council meeting to protest the exploding homeless encampment in North Beach.
I have every right to the sidewalk,
You go find the train.
and so does he.
Is he going to ride
every
the train?
right.
Nick.
Yes, he might.
They're scary, and we're afraid.
So many people showed up, they had to stand outside. Just after this video was released on YouTube of a rat infestation in the homeless camp there, tonight, residents urged the city council to move the encampment from the popular surf spot, North Beach, to a city yard with tents, a fence, and toilets.
We should do the minimum necessary to create a temporary shelter that doesn't last forever.
When we have the shelter, we give the police the power to arrest the people. That's what the main issue is empowering the police.
Locals say in the last few months they don't feel safe walking in North Beach or sending their kids to surf camp there.
The summer's coming, and I wanted to sign my son up for beach camp, boogie boarding, and it's at North Beach, and I can't do that. I'm afraid of the needles. I'm afraid of the rats. I'm afraid of the blood that's on the sidewalk. It's just so sad.
Others are very worried about the spread of disease.
We're talking about rats, fleas, flea-borne illnesses.
We should also consider banning all public feedings on public or city-owned property and hire additional deputies now.
In a unanimous vote late tonight, the city council voted to set up that temporary tent shelter. It's going to go into effect on Friday. So this is happening really quickly, and residents are hoping that at least for a while, it's going to be an answer. That's the very latest from San Clemente. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right.
Hey, Dwayne, are you from Minnesota or Arizona?
He's really not.
He's not. Well, that's good because he didn't spend a lot on his cameras. They're shit.
They are.
Total.
That's straw hat.
Yeah, that's some real bullshit.
You actually work for the housing authority? I know a lot about the housing authority.
No, I don't work for the housing authority at all.
Okay.
I'm a housing commissioner.
That's what it says on your Facebook.
I'm a housing commissioner.
Oh, in Santa Ana? So
Yes.
why are you
No, in Anaheim.
Why are you down here then?
Why not?
If you're such a great,
It's a hot spot.
if you're so good at what you
Why not?
do, you cleaned out your problem and sent them all down here. Why didn't you house your people?
I'd like to see the whole area go to a homeless camp, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Level these buildings. That'd be the way to go. Trees gotta go too. These fucking palm
Just
trees.
tents, as far as you can see, needles, and people shitting on sidewalks. That's what I want.
Now you're being silly.
That's what I
Goddamn
want.
fine palm trees. It's not-
Now you're being silly. That's all.
The whole thing is silly, isn't it, man?
It's such a a shame. Disabled and old people can't even walk down their sidewalks. What a shame.
There's a train.
Crying shame. Hi, Craig. I think that lady should interview you again about how it feels to be blocked on a public sidewalk by a bunch of idiots that shouldn't be here, and ask for your train ticket. Wow, what are they, like the sidewalk Nazis? I guess so.
Who, where?
No, early. Remember a couple weeks ago when Dwayne was asking for Chad's ticket to ride, like he owned? You were there, remember? Yeah. How did that make you feel?
Oh, you're talking about them being Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they're about ready to lose that edge. I think the Nazis are in those green suits in about an hour, and they're going to help them move.
Move them out.
Are you going to provide
think
complete
so.
coverage, cradle to grave? I mean, you're going to follow them to their new location? You got wheels on that tripod, man?
Yeah.
That's cool. You're like Scooter Libby here. Hey, your attorney, can I get her card? I heard she's great, and I'd love to call her. I need to hire an attorney. Is she available?
I think she's in the phone
Plus,
book.
she's hot. I might hit her up for a date.
I think she's in the phone book.
She's really great with disabled people and their rights.
Can she talk? She wasn't able to utter a fucking word as I talked to her. Not a word.
Well, then why would you want to hire her?
Well, I figured if it's
You're
12
being
in a
funny
box,
again.
she can get over her phobia.
You're being funny again.
He is funny.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Nothing wrong with being funny.
I think it's a good idea to make everybody here happy, but there's no way to do it. So,
That little piece of ground is beautiful.
in the end, probably the people that paid the bill ought to get more respect. Huh?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you think?
He's not talking to you either no more.
Dwayne? Hey, Dwayne, Minneapolis or Arizona, sir? Hometown. Where was it? Minneapolis, St. Paul, MSP. Did you ride that tricycle all the way to Tucson from Minneapolis? Hey, how'd you get the tricycle down to Minneapolis? Out of there. You got snow ski on the front? Nothing like that.
Presentation by Rick Howard, General Manager of the Orange County Mosquito and Vector Control District concerning rodents at North Beach.
Good evening, City Council, members of the staff, the public, those of you here this evening, and those of you at home. We received a number of phone calls recently regarding some rodents at the train station. I received calls from your trustee that sits on our board, Michelle Schumacher, who's over here this evening, as well as from a number of members of your public that made comments and contacted us. Contrary to some statements that were made that we did not respond to those calls, we responded immediately to those calls. We had staff on site in the days following. We set traps with peanut butter like you would do at home to try and trap them and cage them and bring them back. Because the rats that we saw in the pictures that were forwarded to us were actually, they were not native rats in terms of being wild rats. They were pet rats. Someone had set them there, had deployed them for whatever reason, and from what I understand from Ms. Schumacher and members of the city staff through her, that they were then picked up and tried to find homes for. So I just wanted to get that information to you. We are on the job. We have a member of
Can I get everybody's attention? Hi, I'm Rob Capobianco, Division Chief down here in San Clemente. I know this is an important meeting, but I'm going to need to get some help so that we can get our room back down to occupancy. I'm a little worried with the occupancy we have here. There's about 80 seats. I'll count them again. The max occupancy is 110. We do have speakers outside, there's a monitor outside, and there's some seating outside. So I'm going to ask initially for some volunteers. I need to get this room down to 110 people.
I think if we wanted to get out of this room, we could, so you shouldn't be concerned with anything.
No,
we're going to have a meeting here with people. Don't be concerned. Is there a long entrance to get out? I don't think so. Guys, we're going to be fine. So you're fine. You're fine, sir. You're fine.
Folks. So. Okay, so.
I'll carry you out if you need to be carried out.
Once again, if I could get your attention again, I'm going to ask for volunteers. We are going to get the occupancy of this room by the fire code down to
Shut up and sit down.
Volunteers.
It's my perspective, damn it.